we go. There we go. So Pope Leo's not giving up. With his common sense and his vocabulary, he's putting Donald Trump in his fucking place. Oh, yeah. Iran's got some awesome memes going on about Trump. Keep your hands off the Straits of Hormuz. A little baby sitting there. Yeah. So the might of the United States military, here's how I see that. The Straits of Hormuz will become an iron bottom sound. That's a World War II reference in the Pacific. Iron bottom sound. So if you think it's tight getting a ship through Hormuz now, wait until Iran just starts sinking all kinds of military vessels of the United States of America. All because a group of globalists are crying because they're losing control over the globalist assets. I think it's funny. I really do. Oh my God, man. It's really interesting. Oh yeah. So how are you doing this morning, my hackers? Oh yeah. So what's going on up there, Story? Using your own tech or using Stingray? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's just a little fuck you to you guys too. That's amazing. What are you doing up there? I mean, besides all the swinger bullshit, I mean, the drugs are prolific up there. You could see it on select people. They're just tweaking all the fucking time. I find it amazing that a town that small has got such a big drug problem, and somehow the sheriff just doesn't know where it's coming from. But I still seem to think that all the troubles, there's more to it than just something as simple as that. There's just more to it than that. Oh well, I'm not going to get any further into it. I'll leave it alone. I'll definitely leave it alone. So you've got millennials and Zoomers, and they're pissed off at the boomers because the boomers took everything. And it's like I'm sick and tired of hearing it. I really am fed up with hearing it. I'm fed up with hearing shit like, well, you don't see it because you don't want to see it. Like, little cunts, little bastards. You haven't lived it. Oh, I know you don't have anything. You don't have anything. Predatory lending, predatory student loans, and so on and so forth. It only keeps getting worse. People are now leaving California in droves. You have to pay an exit fee to leave California. California Franchise Tax Board even contacted me. You can't leave the state. You owe us this. I didn't owe you anything. You don't pay us this, you're going to jail. Mm-hmm. You're not free in this country. Nobody, I don't care what fucking skin color you are, you're not free in this country. Obama jacked up the price tag for announcing American citizenship to $2,500. Trump lowered it. Good for you, Donald. So anybody that has the ability to leave the country and the money to do so, you don't have to spend $2,500 anymore to say, fuck you, I ain't coming back. I would highly suggest don't go to any NATO nation, because that's where the World Economic Forum is in control. All you could do is look at the policies. You see the policies in play. Yeah, you might have this romantic idea in your head. I'm going to go to France and live forever. Ha ha ha. And you get there, it's like, holy fuck me in the ass. This is worse than goddamn California. Oh, you've renounced your citizenship. You can't come back. Can't come back. Now you're stuck being a Frenchman in a country that's been totally ass raped by its own politicians and the migrants it brings in. Kind of like America. Kind of like America. Man. I know the average person, what is he talking about? Especially Story. Story doesn't pay attention to anything except for who they want to fuck and what drugs they're selling. Oh, man. Damn. Do I even care to continue on with this? I mean, it's just a spite thing is all it is. It's just a little spite thing. You know. I don't care to hear it. I'm done listening to it. I'm fucking done. You know. Anyways, they're gonna do the same thing in the area I'm living in now. All they're gonna do is continue to drive up the property values, like they've already done in the area, so they can tax people more. And just through taxes alone, lack of employment, lack of decent, gainful employment, between the taxes and that, you're going to lose your damn homes. So they're going to create more homeless. So they're going to gobble up more property. And it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter if you like pussy or dick. It doesn't matter. They don't care. Those are the policies they set. Because the entire country is owned and operated by the bankers and the politicians. And basically, let's just say the bankers, because it's the bankers that bribe the politicians, and they bribe them well. And you got the lobbyists, which is basically like Benny the loan shark. You know, that's what the fucking lobbyist is, Benny the loan shark. You know? Yeah, the money lenders. The money lenders. For all you Christians out there, Sadducees, Pharisees, fucking money lenders. And it's human nature. It doesn't change. It never changes. Never changes. Yeah. 18 to 42 is their draft age now. 18 to 42. Can you imagine that? 18 to 42 years old. Their oh shit draft age is 18 to 64. No, I actually was watching news on that a couple months back. Age 18 to 64. Yeah. I think they should take all the millennials and the Zoomers, but in particularly the women, because the women outnumber the men 3-1. Take the women. Take the bitches. That way they'll have something invested in it. Because they don't care. They don't give a fuck about anything. They don't fuck you. You know, you can't draft me. I'm a girl. Oh, I'm in the army. I better start fucking all the guys in the platoon. Oh shit, I'm finally pregnant. Oh look, I'm pregnant. We can't go on deployment. You know, there's a lot of shit that goes on like that. A lot of it. What do you know about it? All the shit I've heard about it. And even the damn women that have talked about it confessed to it. Like, wait a minute, you joined the army because whatever the fuck reason. And then you didn't want to be deployed to a combat zone. So you just basically dropped your drawers, bent over, and let everybody take a swag at you. Not only is it a whore in the ranks, but the ranks lining up behind the whore. Yeah, no, that's not my idea of a quote honorable military structure. Yeah. So I don't just fear my government, I also fear my military. Because nobody in the ranks is going to disobey orders, because if they disobey orders, they're going to be lined up alongside the civilians. That's why they're not going to disobey orders. This is so funny, though. You know, it's like all you got to do is look at the homeless rate, and everybody thinks it's only black people. Homeless women out there, lots of homeless women out there, and there's always someone. I can say this. I can say this. I can say, yeah, the women don't even help the women, and then someone's going to do an internet search, and then there's going to be some fucking place out there that says, oh look, see here, there's the link, women helping women. So I mean, some of these bitches, no. No, I'm going to say these bitches, no. They're getting paid. Otherwise, they wouldn't lift a fucking finger. I have never seen a woman help another woman because it was the right thing to do. I have never seen it. So there you have it. But look at it this way, when it comes to machinery, the machine doesn't know who's operating it, so you women can be pilots. You'll get your ass shot down. People are, bringing up the fact that, wait a minute, where's the two pilots, Trump? Where's the two F-15 pilots, Trump? How come we haven't seen them, Trump? And then one episode, Donald Trump mentions they sent in 22 aircraft. The Iranians shot down 12. 22 aircraft, the Iranians shot down 12. So Iran killed over half of the men and women you sent in there. Those words of your own admission. I'm willing to think Iran got all 22 aircraft. And here it is inside the United States. The government's going to start coming down on us really hard here really soon. Because if the people around the world aren't afraid of us anymore, and our own population hates us, what do we do? Where do we go? Mm-hmm. Because the global enemies of the United States, they track us too. TOO. So I'd imagine all the nasty little Epstein farms all around the world. Governments like Iran, Russia, China. Oh, you fucking know Brussels knows where our little Epstein farms are. In fucking Brussels. So the Pope and Donald Trump. God forbid, and I mean that in a literal sense, God forbid. But with Pope Leo and Donald Trump, we have a bit of a King Henry and Thomas Becket situation going on now. That's a very, very bad thing. Mm-hmm. Not just when it comes to, quote, the faithful, and I mean people that truly do believe, but also if somebody kills the Pope just for saying, stop mocking God, stop taking God's name in vain, and stop bombing the hell out of people. I mean, those are things that even a Muslim would stand behind. And the arrogant Jewish West, I'm going to say it exactly what it is, because that's what it is. The very proud, very arrogant, diabolic Jewish West. God, it doesn't like being told what to do. It has no diplomacy skills at all. From about 1975 to now, it's the time frame you're looking at. When they started stripping the United States of any ability to manufacture its own goods, it started in the late 70s. Don't give me the yeah buts. That's when it started. All by plan, because you had one continent during the 1930s and 1940s that supplied its own military with its own resources. It supplied the British military with resources. It supplied the Russian military with massive resources, all the while fighting a two-front war. That generation is gone. Gone. Okay? Instead of blaming the previous generation for what you don't fucking have, why don't you start trying to track down the manipulation process, the words used, the appeal to the mentality of the people of these generations when these changes would occur. Because I can tell you this right now, especially my generation, especially since 1980s, 1990s, and so on, there was no appealing. This is the law. That's it. If you don't like it, you'll go to prison. Fuck you. By the way, we're taking your daughter to an island retreat. All this Ivy League horseshit. Silver spoon mouth and all that crap. So what is a sweet 16 birthday party like their story? Does the person you went to high school with up there get a chance to sample your son or your daughter on their sweet 16 birthday? I mean, I know it's worse than that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be working so hard to keep shit under wraps. And if you would have just left things the hell alone, there's a lot of people that wouldn't even be thinking this far down the road with why is all this taking place? Yeah. Why the harassment? Why the slander? It makes no sense. You're going through phones every fucking 6 months. They're going to put an end to all that burner phone shit. That's even been in the news. They're going to put an end to all these burner phones. How you guys, you're going to have to go back to writing letters or meeting secretly in shadows on street corners. Well, there's no shadows on street corners. Alleys. You're going to have to go back to meeting in darkened alleys. You know? And it's not because they're the law and they care about righteousness and justice. It's because they don't want competition and corruption. It's got nothing to do with laws and good citizenry. Their corruption doesn't like competition. And even on a local level, your competition. That's all there is to it. Man. Oh, man. Slept really good last night. Slept really good. Yeah. So the Straits of Hormuz, another American iron bottom sound. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Guadalcanal. I used to have these DVDs back in the 90s. They came out with these DVDs of World War II news rolls. So in those days, you'd go to the movie theater, and before the main feature would play, you'd get the newsreels. It'd be combat footage of war in the Pacific, war in Europe, and so on. It'd be American propaganda for the American consumer in the American movie theaters in the 1940s. You get the visual and the audio of what's going on and what they want you to know, what they want you to see, what they want you to believe. And a lot of it was accurate. But even then, what you didn't know and what you didn't see, and probably most likely didn't believe, is that the whole thing was a setup from the word go. From allowing the Japanese, I say again, yes, from allowing the Japanese to attack Pearl Harbor. Just magically, the entire carrier fleet left Pearl like a day or two before. Not a week before, a day or two before. Yeah. The Japanese were in Washington, D.C. talking peace while the Japanese fleet was on its way to Hawaii. So there's that. So it's kind of like corroboration there on both sides. It's very strange, very strange. Newsreels in the 1930s, 1939, 1940, newsreels, because they were terrified. Would Americans fight? If called up to armed service, would Americans answer the call? Because we were staunch separationists at that time, especially after World War One. Again, fed up with the wars. That's all I see with you people today. Is like, America has only known peace 17 years in its existence. Okay, cunts, who wants to storm the fucking D.C. Capitol? We all got guns. Who wants to storm it? Yeah, I didn't think so. You even got the Delta operators with their YouTube channels. You're not going to see them do anything. There it is. There's the answer. Problem solved. Shut up and obey. It's that simple. Because they're tired of hearing everybody bitch. I'm also tired of being blamed for shit that some millennial or some Zoomer doesn't have. You know, in the words of Theo Vaughn, how could I have taken all your shit and somehow don't got it? Yeah. Housing market's hiked up. You got a home on the market it's not worth $500,000. But that's the price tag for it. With all the overtaxation and artificial rising of the prices and so on and so forth, lumber coming out of fucking Washington state got beyond the 12-mile mark. bring it on down the coastline into San Francisco Harbor or even into San Diego. But you'll be on the 12-mile mark. So when you bring the ship back in to shore, now they get to tax you for import. I will say this is what happens when you watch a bunch of goddamn Jews take over everything. Ooh, there he said it. Everything a Jewish person says is anti everybody else in the world. Oh my God, man. They got us worshiping people because they have a college degree. The same monsters that brought you COVID. And you're literally worshiping them. You're literally reaching out to them. Help me, because you think there's some kind of a Jesus Christ. That's the best part about it. America. Are you listening, Story? Are you rolling your eyes? I don't even have to upload this shit for Story to hear it. Got your fucking stingray going on. Ain't that right, Story? Yay, Story. Yay, Story. Baby fuckers. Yeah. Everybody's so shocked at the whole Epstein thing. You look at the leftists. They only want to bring out Epstein files when it comes to Trump. They don't care about Epstein files on anybody else. Fucking A, man. I can tell you this, dealing with left-wing family members in the past, left-wingers, even family members, will not help left-wingers. They won't help their own kind. They won't. But they won't help their own family either. I've seen it. I've lived through it. Just selfish fucking people. Shit birds, motherfucker. Damn, look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Woo, woo, woo. Mm-hmm. I hate having a smartphone. I really do. I'll figure something else out. See if I get one of those pucks. Seriously, see if I get one of those pucks. Anyways, thanks for the confirmation of my three stalkers definitely being Story. Oh, really? You think so? Baby fucking drug dealing, wife swapping, cocksucking bastards. Sick fucks, man. Absolutely sick fucks. Anyways, it's the end of the world. You guys got to go out and buy your body armor and your MRE to go with your AR-15 and your 330 round magazines. Don't forget to buy that Marine Corps digital camo pattern, because that shit looks hot. And get your Gucci combat boots. I was watching Joe Fox one morning. I found his channel like, I don't know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, somewhere. And I was looking up homesteading. That's how I found it. And this guy's talking about asking what uniform do insurgents wear. That's the problem. It's not even about doing something. It's about looking like something. Insurgents wear clothing, not uniforms. Look at Antifa. They turned a black hoodie into a uniform. There's coming a day in this country soon that wearing a black hoodie is going to eventually get your ass shot. It already does. No. I mean, it's going to get your ass shot. Stupid ass Americans. Iron bottom found in the Straits of Hormuz. If the U.S. persists. Yeah, and I'm not the only one that looked at us like, wait a minute, he's blocking the blockade? And they had a bunch of you cunts out there telling us, like, you're so stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. I was like, no. Iran says the Straits of Hormuz are closed, and then Trump says you can't close them. I'm closing them. It's like saying you can't fire me. I quit. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Are any of you really capable of thinking for yourselves? I'm very, very serious. If there was no internet today, but you still have phone service, would you actually call people and start talking to them? What if you didn't have the ability to go back to your, supportmyparadigm.com to drag your little article into the conversation? What if you didn't have that resource? It says so right here. Well, that's good, I guess. That's good. I mean, when I'm bringing in it says so right here, I'm usually talking about a newspaper article from, say, like the 1870s. And here's the other thing: a lot of people, they've heard about it, but even more people haven't heard about it. Was buying up all the news media around 1900, 1910. Buy up all the news outlets, and at least the most influential ones, because those are the ones just like the internet, right? They're going to look at your channel like, well, you don't have 5 million subs, so obviously you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's like, no, the people that got 5 million subs, unless it's the Townsends, they've only got like 2 million. The Townsends is like a modern survival channel on how to live in the 1700s and live well in the 1700s. No electricity, no nothing, no central heating, but how to do it. It's a channel like that is what you should be watching. But when I look at these channels that have been so allowed to grow slash overly promoted, they got like 5 million subscribers and things like that. It's like, it's just leading the public by the nose. Case in point, in the 1990s, American television, right? Be over at a family member's house or a friend's house, because we turned off TV in '98. We turned off the television in '98. Didn't pay for it anymore because there was nothing on that we cared about. It's like, why are we paying for something that we don't like? Yeah. But the TV shows, herbal medicine. Yes, it's a real thing, herbal medicine, but don't let them call it medicine when the FDA doesn't like it. And too, if you start calling it medicine, they're just going to say, you know what, let us just take control of this. It's all medicine. And you can't have that without a doctor's prescription. And growing things like, oh, I don't know, peppermint, plantain is going to be like a Schedule 1 drug. Yeah, yeah. The television shows. We're coming up with episodes about how dangerous using herbals are. I realize in my teens and in my 20s, people are just repeating shit they see off the television. You girls in high school, oh my God, I was homesick one day. I'm rarely sick, but I was homesick one day. I was just laying on the couch in the sun. My grandmother's watching a TV program. It's one of those soap opera things like The Young and the Restless or General Hospital or whatever. And all of a sudden I'm seeing all the bullshit going on. All the pussy twitching and titty squinching and all the word manipulation going on the soap opera. And that's when it hit me. I was like, holy shit. That sounds like the girls in high school. That's where the bitches get it from. Titty squinching, pussy twitching. And plus, everybody coddles a daughter. They don't coddle a son, they coddle a daughter. So the parents are literally teaching the daughter how to manipulate adults from a very early age. A very, very early age. Yeah, find that interesting. Back to the soap operas. Titty squinch, pussy twitch. I mean, that was an eye opener. Another eye opener. 1989, the Berlin Wall comes down. 1991, Soviet Union just collapses. I mean, it just fucking collapses. You should go look at the tank shooting rounds into the, I believe was it their parliament, their presidential building, whatever the fuck it was there in Moscow, because the old-time communists wouldn't come out. Uh, mm, Gorbachev left it up to a vote to the people. Do you want communism or do you want freedom? They voted freedom. So you had the hard-line communists. They wouldn't surrender. They wouldn't come out. They're like, fuck you, we're communists. And there were a few men, nay, there were a lot of men in the Russian military with dick and balls enough to back the vote of the people. We don't have any generals in the United States that will back the vote of the people unless it's pro-pedophilia, pro-bombing the shit out of somebody. We got some really evil motherfuckers in uniform. Sat outside that building back in the early 90s with a goddamn tank and just started just pounding it. If you're not going to come out, we're going to kill you out. People spoke and they voted. They wanted freedom. Since 1996, economically, internally. And this is where I get another people with the yeah buts. But this website here says you can find the same shit in the United States. Fucking deal with it. If you don't like it, pack your shit, go to Russia, make a difference. I'm so sick and tired of the yeah buts. When you compare them to what they had and what they were under communism, which was misery. Absolute fucking misery. In the United States, we're more like Russia in the 1990s. I'm sorry, 1990, 1989. And Russia's more like us in 1989. And you motherfuckers don't want to hear that. So King Henry Thomas Becket, right? There's that one. Baby fucker America. Was it like 75%? I haven't looked at the numbers in a long time, and I know the numbers have not gone down. 75% of higher education across the United States is ultra-communist, libtard, left-wing. 75%. The pedophiles have taken over the school systems. And it's not like they haven't always been there, but it's more, again, prolific now than it's ever been. They're grooming the kids mentally. And they're fucking the kids in the goddamn schools physically. They've got the curriculum to back them up. And I just can't understand why some fucking cop goes in and arrests some guy. Oh, look, we found child pornography on his fucking laptop. You're teaching it in elementary school. You're not stopping them. Huh. Oh, yeah, but that's okay. Rapture. Jesus will be here soon. Rapture. Rapture. Places like the 700. I'm glad people are finally starting to call out the 700 Club for what it's been. It's been a pro-Zionist organization since Pat Robertson started it. That's what they believe. Like David Barton. Good old David Barton, Wall Builders Foundation. Which I like some of his stuff. I don't like his theology at all. He's fucking wrong as hell. But I went through when it comes to things historically that he's saying and things historically that he sells on his website. You can validate it through the Library of Congress. There's a difference between factual history and a belief structure. All right, man. Well, let's see. There's got to be a sweet 16 birthday party going on up there in Story today. I mean, you got enough kids for it. Okay. No victim, no crime. If the parents say there's no victim, there's no crime. There you go. That's how swingers work. That's how pedophilia works. That's how it's morphed.